Thank you. Hi, Andre. Obviously, an incredibly disappointing result last week. How have the players responded in training this week?
Yes, of course, it was a tough result, and we were not pleased with the performance either. So, of course, it was it affected the group the coming day. But on the other hand, it was quite easy to turn it around again because we still have everything in our own hands. It has happened before after the international break that we have some challenges getting back to the same level. And the last time it happened, then we responded by beating Tottenham and United in 2 amazing games. So that was what we talked about this week, that we learned from it, but it's not going to affect the next performance.
You kind of touched on it there, but how much has the WSL schedule affected you in this period? I'm looking at your run of games. You've only played twice in the competition since the start of April.
Yeah, I think we can't do anything about it, but the international breaks are so much longer this time than they normally are. So of course that's how it is, and of course we all want to play more games. I think that would be good for us. But at the same time, it is what it is. Is anything we can't affect. We know that and again, coming back to everything that happens in the last rounds is depending on us. So we have everything in our own hands, and all the coming games is cup finals for us.
You mentioned there about it is what it is. I mean, literally 2 hours ago, Pep Guardiola sat there and said the same thing about the schedule. The contrast he's dealing with is 4 games in 11 days to end his season. It feels like the complete opposite. Does the schedule need to be looked at realistically? At this part of the season, this is the crucial part. This should be the most exciting part.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it will change also since it's becoming more games, and we are playing more games next year also with Champions League. So of course we will play more games, but then probably I will sit here and say that we play too many games. So I think we coaches are never satisfied with scheduling. We're always thinking we should play more or less, but I think it is what it is. And of course I definitely, especially when you do a bad performance, you want to be out on the field directly, but we can't do that. So we have had a good training session. The mood is great in the group. So everything is about preparing for the games that we have left.
Arsenal obviously are doing their best to keep the pressure on you. Are you feeling that pressure at all?
Of course we know that Arsenal is a great team. They scored a lot of goals in the week, and definitely they are challenging us. But we have had that the whole year, I think, even if we've been a couple of more points. So we have never felt that everything is sure until the last game. But we also know that the last month everything has been up to us, and nothing has changed in that. We know we need to win our games, and if we do that, we'll win the title. So nothing has changed in that, even though that the team's behind. But we can't rely on other teams. We need to rely on ourselves.
And can I just finish by asking about Laura Coombs with the news that she is going to be retiring? What does she mean as a player and as a person to this club?
Yeah, so I've worked with her now for, 6 or 7 months? No, maybe it's longer. Yeah, it's almost a year soon. Yeah, anyway. No, she's... you see that very early. She's very important for the team because she's always making sure that the training sessions is 100% because she's always present and in there, making sure that everybody is seen in the group, taking a big role in that, and having that kind of personality that she's having is crucial for a culture in the group. So culture-wise, she has had a very big impact of how we are building this. And maybe the most thing is that she's a great football player. You can put her, I think I haven't put her as a in the back line, but I think she could play everywhere because she's understanding the game well. She's having great technique and very adaptable to all different situations. So great football player, but absolutely a great person, first of all.
Hi, Andre. Just one more on Laura. She's obviously an incredibly respected and admired member of the squad. How did the players sort of react to the news that she had announced her retirement? Was it sort of an added motivation almost to try and finish the season on a high because of her retirement?
Yeah, of course it is. I think we all knew that she thought about it and so on. So it wasn't that new for a lot of players maybe. But I think for us it's of course, we want to help her to get a good finish of her career. She has had an amazing career, and she's part of the group. So, of course, we all want to finish on a high where she also feels that she's contributing until the final games of her career.
Just looking ahead to the weekend, what are you expecting from Liverpool? They obviously had quite a frustrating result against West Ham last weekend, but come into the game unbeaten in 3 on the road. So I assume you're expecting a tough test.
Yes, definitely. I've seen Liverpool now in quite many games, and I think for them they have definitely developed since fall, and how they are both pressing, more direct than they did before, more intense, but also on the ball, very good on the ball. I think putting a lot of focusing on how they are building up in the game. So they have had a very good development since we played them the last time. So I am definitely aware that it's going to be a tough test for us.
And a sellout crowd expected, final home game of the season. Obviously, a positive result would go a long way to potentially achieving the ambition of winning the title. How, or do you have to get your players to kind of enjoy the moment and not get swept up by it? Or is it just a case of, look, you've done this so many times this season, go out there, enjoy it, take everything in?
It's probably a mix of it. There is one thing about amazing to play. We also know that all the games we have played here has been amazing, both with the audience and people, spectators, and so on. And the atmosphere has been great. So knowing the confidence in that we are very good at this stadium, but also enjoying the moment a little bit. And like I said earlier, everything how this league ends is up to us. So how we want out of these games is shouldn't be any regrets when we leave the field, that we can look ourselves in the mirror and saying that we have done everything we can to win this game. And then no matter what, pressure or whatever, we just need to stick to what we have agreed on.
And just finally, one on the squad shape, if that's okay. I mean, Sam Coffey obviously wasn't available last week. How's she progressing, and are there any other updates on how the team is potentially going to look this weekend?
Yeah, Sam has been training the last day, so I think she will be available for the game on Sunday. Let's see how she's responding from today's training. No changes on Viv Miedema's situation. And Sydney is still out also. Em got a hit on her knee and got that we need to see how that reacts the coming days. Otherwise, it should be a fully squad.
Brilliant. Thanks, Andre, and good luck on Sunday.
Thank you.
Afternoon.
Hi.
With 2 games to go yourself, how are you feeling in this moment? Is this something you relish? Clearly, you'd rather be the leader than the chaser.
Yeah, I think we need to see it like that. I think that all the other teams in the league would like to be in our shoes, sitting in our locker room and having the feeling that it's up to you. And that's something that it's easy to say that you want that, but at the same time we also know that we are an amazing team. We can play amazing football, great players, and the most important thing for us is to go out and show that on Sunday, and have a feeling that we are unstoppable, which we are if we play with determination. And also it is about enjoying playing the games, because again, you never know if any of our players or any of our staff will be in this situation again in our future. So there's something around that you also need to learn to appreciate and handle in a positive way.
Do you have any little secrets or little changes to the routine at this time of year to keep the spirits jovial and not let everyone be so serious? Do you go out and do something as a group, or is it business as usual?
No, I think that has been, I'm not saying I'm boring in that, but I think for the players, they definitely need to feel that we do exactly the same way. Nothing has changed from our point of view. We train the same way, the meetings are the same way, and I think that gives the players also a foundation to build from, and they feel comfortable with that. So it is just a football game, but we have so many things that we can achieve from the game.
And do you find yourself looking at other results now? Are you looking around for anything else? I guess human nature, we all kind of do, right?
Of course, you follow the result in the league, but like I said earlier, as long as we are doing our job, the other result doesn't matter for us. So as long as we do that on Sunday, we are in an amazing spot, and I will definitely follow the other results the coming weeks.
Thank you. We'll go to Zoom now. We'll start with Gethin.
Hi, Andre. I hope you're doing well. Just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on the game. I think, it's quite easy to compare to the Aston Villa game in that, it was coming off an international break, and I obviously referenced that last week, but it felt like maybe a different nature of the results. So just kind of, how do you assess the game, and where do you think maybe the results slipped away a bit?
Yeah, no, I agree that I said that earlier about the Aston Villa game. I think that our first half is okay and pretty good partly, especially the start of the game was excellent, created a lot of chances in the beginning of the game. I think that goals always change games, and they scored just before half-time and just in the beginning of second half, and I think that we talked about it also after the game, that it looked like we became a little bit stressed in second half. We were a little bit too eager we knew that we need to win the game, we knew that we need to go forward, and that caused a football game that didn't suit us in second half. It was back and forward, we lost the ball too easy, too stressed with the ball, and of course the situation of the league was something that you had in your back, and that, we need to win, we need to go forward. And we talked a lot about that no matter what, we're sticking to the game plan, we're doing what we're good at, which we didn't do in second half in the last game.
Yeah, and I was just kind of wondering, as a coach, what's your style after, a disappointing result like that? Is it more of a just forget that game and kind of take it out of your memory and this is a new week? Or do you try and focus on, let's review, look at what went wrong and try and fix it next time? How have you kind of gone about that this week?
Yeah, we definitely have dig into what didn't work, because you can't just swipe it away and think that it didn't happen. So you need to go through what didn't work. The next time, if it happens again, how do we deal with it? Because a lot of things was because we created more stress than we needed, and I think that was the case. So we definitely have talked about it. We have looked at it, but also admitted that okay, and if that happens again, we need to deal with it in a better way.
Yeah, totally. And just finally from me then, you kind of mentioned in your answer that, in the second half, potentially the kind of implications of the title race was in the players' heads. And it's like, I guess with that, obviously, it's something that you almost can't ignore as a player when you're in that position. So how do you, as a coach, try and get the best out of that situation when it's impossible to just forget the players? So how do you turn that almost into a positive where they are thinking about the league, but it can still work for your game?
Yeah, no, it's a very good question. I think that there's quite many teams in the world that is that emotions affecting performances, and what we talked a lot about, that no matter what kind of emotions you have or what pressure or whatever, you can still follow the game plan. We can still do the things that we have agreed on beforehand. You can still do the things that you're good at, and that has to be the thing that you're always coming back to. And that is my job, to also spread the calmness in the group and not being the first one that is pushing the players in the wrong direction. So we all have a big role in that. And no matter what, coming back to that again, that the key thing for us is to be able to do all the things that we're good at, no matter what the result is, how much that is pressure and so on. We can always do the things that we have agreed on beforehand.
Yeah, that's great. Best of luck on Sunday.
Thank you.
Thanks, Catherine. We'll go to Amy next.
Hi, Andre. Sorry, can I just check? You said when you were talking about team news, somebody had taken a bang to the knee. I didn't quite get that. Who was that, sorry?
It was Emo, who played with Next Gen in the week. So we just need to see how it turns out the coming days.
Perfect, thank you. And over the last week, a few more stories in the media about Khadija Chaw's future. I just wondered what your kind of view on that situation is as we near the end of the season.
Oh, sorry, I lost you there. Can you say it one more time?
Just on Bunny's situation, there's been a lot more media reporting. I just wonder what your stance on that situation is at the moment.
I have no special stand. I think the media is speculating a lot about it, but she's working very hard for us at the moment, and she's a very important player for us. And what happens next season, that will be Therese who's answering that.